is Jennifer Navarrete, and I'm here at Pinnacle Wellness, and we're going to be talking a little bit about my existing health, maybe?
Yes.
So I'm here for a health assessment. I filled out a form, and it was a very thorough form. It was actually kind of, I don't think I've ever filled out a form like this before, because some of the questions that you asked were, what were my goals as far as happiness and being healthy, and where did I see myself in 5 years? And I have to say that when I was filling that out, I'm like, a little bit of psychiatry going on here, you know? So I thought that was really cool. And then you also have a page where you talk about, what you can expect here and the realistic expectations that can occur here. And I think that's important because a lot of times we come into a situation and we think that you're going to wave a magic wand or throw some pixie dust on us and we're going to be like, hallelujah, I'm cured, and run out the door. But that, it's something that's an ongoing process. So that, from the time I filled out the form, now I'm in this room, what am I going to do here today?
All right, so today we're just going to go over a little bit of your background, kind of just get a little more information about your case history, and then from there we're going to do a couple little tests, check your spine, shoot some x-rays, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, perfect.
Sounds good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so before we get to the main reason for your visit, the health assessment, I always like to get to know the person sitting in front of me. So how about you just take a little more time, tell me a little bit about yourself, tell me what exactly you do, what your typical postures are, your work, working out, like just basically everyday life.
Okay, everybody, this is where you're going to get to know more about me than you ever thought you were going to know. I typically get up around 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm heading to the coffee, heading to the computer, because what I do for a living is online. And so I spend a majority of my work day sitting behind a desk or sitting on a sofa with a laptop on my lap, and it's very sedentary. What I have done in the last 2.5 years is I've made an active effort to be more, to move more. So that comes in the form of cycling, and now I'm doing a little bit of running because I'm training for a triathlon, and I've started kayaking. But even then, I feel like even though I'm increasing my activity, I feel like I'm still mostly sitting most of the time. And I think a lot of us who are in this industry, or most folks who do work on the web, probably I'm not the only one who feels that way. And so that's another reason why I wanted to I'm on this health, fitness, beauty quest, because I want to find that balance. Because when I sit behind the computer and start working, hours can go by, and it feels like nothing. Especially when I'm really deep in a project, I'll look up and like 4 or 5 hours have passed, and it doesn't feel like that has passed at all because I'm so involved in the project. And I realized that what I probably should do is I should probably get up every hour, and if nothing else, just get up and walk around and just move a little bit. But I get so engrossed in it. So I think I really want to find that little kind of sweet spot balance in order for me to be able to still do what I love, but then also still, I want to be long-lived in my life. I want to live. My grandmother lived to be in her 90s. I have a grandmother that's still living. And so in my mind, I'm going to live a long life, but I want that life to be a healthy life. I want to still be running around chasing the great grandkids. Not that I have any grandkids right now, but you get it, right?
Well, one thing just that points out to me is, like you said, you're constantly just sitting down. Typically, unfortunately for most of America, that's how it is too. So one simple tip that I've been giving patients is, after about 20 or 30 minutes, your spine actually goes into active degeneration.
What?
We have no genetic defense against sedentary sitting and sedentary lifestyle. So our bodies were created to move. So one thing you can actually do is just set like a timer, and every 45 to 50 minutes, have the timer go off, just get up, walk around, stretch for about 5-10 minutes, just jump right back in and just get back to work. But just set a timer instead of having to mind manage it, because like you said, once you just sit there and you're just so engrossed in your work, 4 or 5 hours just pass by, and boom, next thing you know, it's like, wow, I've been sitting for that long. And that's when your spine just gets, after days and days, years and years, your spine just really becomes a wreck. So.
Oh my gosh! Now I'm kind of concerned on what state you're going to find my spine in, because I don't get up every 45 minutes. So well, this is good. So I don't know if you guys knew this, but I did not know that after sitting for so long that I'm actually contributing to harming my spine rather than doing anything to help it. So that's really insightful.
Okay, so how long have you been in the profession?
I guess I started doing this in 2005. Yeah, when I first started podcasting. And that was a lot of 3 a.m. editing sessions. So once again, you're just spending hours and hours and hours just sitting doing, post-production.
How about prior to that?
My jobs have all been pretty sedentary. I worked in the financial industry And everything I did was pretty much behind a desk. So I would say that all of my, other than when I was 18 and worked in a pet shop and worked with a veterinarian that's probably when I was the most active as far as job-wise. Oh, and then raising my kids and chasing after them. That was a full-time job when they were little. But but as a kind of like as an adult and as a grown-up, I would say that I have spent most of my time behind a desk. I don't think I'm the only one though, right? Like most of us probably are like that.
Yeah. So I know you're here just for like a health assessment, like a wellness assessment. How would you explain what wellness is, or what's your definition of wellness? What would you say?
You know, that's really what this quest is all about. I'm really defining what that is for me. And I just think it's an overall sense of well-being. You feel good. You have a good emotional state, a good spiritual state, a good mental state. I mean, just all of you just has just a good, whatever that is for you. And I think it's different for everyone. You know, my happy state may be someone else's, low state. And, we all have our own levels of what that is. But I think if everyone can find that, and in my case, if I can find what that is, and I'm pretty close, I've got a good sense of who I am. I have a good sense of what I like and what I should be doing and shouldn't be doing. And some of those things I shouldn't be doing, I do them anyway because they're fun. But I do want to find, I want to have this next stage of my life be something that is a richer version of what it was. I think in my youth, or actually I know in my youth, it was me trying to figure all that out. Like, who am I? What am I going to be? What am I going to do? And I felt like those early years were kind of turmoil, just trying to figure all that out. And now I feel like I'm finally a grown-up because I know who I am and I like myself, and I just want to keep moving forward and have a rich next, 50, 60 years, whatever that's going to be for me.
Okay, so let me ask you this currently, how are you feeling right now?
I feel pretty good. I stayed up late, so I was naughty. I should have gone to bed early. So I'm just a wee bit tired. And then I did do a lot of cycling this week because I'm trying to get back into training after a 6-week hiatus. And so I do feel a little of that achiness as far as, increasing the workout load. But it's not a negative thing. It makes me feel strong. I'm cracking up. I can't believe I'm sharing all this stuff. This is good, though. People need to know this.
So let's see here. In the past, have you been or let's go with currently right now, work-wise, how stressful is it to you?
It's not really. I really like what I do. It's fun. I mean, I think if I have any stress, it's usually because I say yes to too many things, and I need to kind of cut back. But other than that, it's not often, and I'm pretty good about spacing myself out in general. I really don't have a lot of stress. I don't work with clients that I don't like, so I only work with people that I want to work with. So that eases a lot of stress. By the way, if you're in your 20s and you haven't figured that one out, learn it now because I did that wrong in my 20s. I was working with anybody who wanted to work with me, and not all those people are nice. So when you encounter that, walk away.
Okay, let's go back to high school. How were you active in high school?
Never. I was not an active at all, at all. I mean, none. As a matter of fact, that's one of my blog posts I wrote was that I was not active in any way, shape, or form. I was a band geek. I was in band, and I don't know if that counts as exercise because it was, you could go on the field and march, but it's nothing compared to, doing football or basketball or volleyball or tennis or running.
Which instrument did you play?
A clarinet. Yeah. I used to have a really good embouchure, folks. Now it's all I couldn't hold a note if my life depended on it.
Was it pretty stressful in high school? Or were you pretty good, or?
I think like a lot of kids, you just have angst and all that kind of stuff. I don't think, it's an interesting point that you bring up because a lot of times as you're growing up, you feel like you're the only one who feels that way. But you look back and realize everybody felt that way. And it was everyone trying to figure themselves out as they're growing up. And so I look back now and realize that, it wasn't all that. It was okay. It was just a normal growing up.
So how about with diet, nutrition, all those things, or
oh heck no, ding dongs and Coke for lunch. That's what I had, big time. It was no health was even a thought in my mind.
Let's see. How about moving back to like say childhood and everything? Were you generally healthy growing up?
I was. I really had never broke a bone. I was fine. I spent I remember as a kid spending a lot of time on my bike, and then running, and I remember playing cops and robbers, cowboys and Indians, just all kinds of games, Tonka trucks, marbles. I was a tomboy, in case you guys didn't know that. I had all my cousins were boys, and I played, all their games, and I didn't. It was fine with me. I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Good, good, good. How about right now, diet nutrition-wise, how would you say that?
Since we had our talk last week, I've been thinking about that. I thought I should probably change what I'm eating. But then I thought, no, I need to really come in on this straight, the way that I eat. So yesterday I had baked chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans. The day before, I think we had pizza this week. I've just been eating the way I normally eat, and I've been thinking about it. I haven't changed what I've eaten, but I have been thinking about it, and I can see where I could cut back in certain areas, and it wouldn't, or I could add, like what you guys talked about, adding a piece of fruit before the taco, or adding a salad. So I'm already calculating in my mind how I'm going to make those adjustments. But I eat very home style. I eat home style, and then I also eat traditional Mexican foods, tacos and that kind of stuff. So I eat pretty good, actually. I don't skimp.
How about are you currently on any medication?
I'm not. I mean, I'll take an
Supplements?
occasional ibuprofen for if I feel a little achy or something. I'll take allergy medicine when I need it. An occasional aspirin. I'm not on any supplements in any way, shape, or form. I'm just me. It's all me.
Any history of smoking?
Mm-mm. I'll admit right here, I tried it in high school. Okay, so when I was having the ding dong